Welcome to our channel, Crinyan TV. Subscribe, like and share. Today we're going to let you know how the church recognizes saints. Let's start. Once upon a time, a holy man died. He wasn't canonized by trending hashtags. He didn't glow in the dark. He simply lived, heroically, faithfully, quietly. And then, after he passed, something strange began to happen. People whispered his name in prayer. They lit candles beside his photograph. Sick people claimed to be healed. Others, once broken, testified they were lifted by his intercession. And the church began to wonder, could he or she be with God? Could he be a saint? But the church does not canonize out of emotion. She discerns, carefully, rigorously, because to declare someone a saint is to say infallibly, this soul is with God in heaven, and worthy of imitation and public veneration everywhere on earth. Here's how it all unfolds. 1. 5 years of silence. The church waits, not for gossip to fade, but for truth to ripen. Ordinarily, no process begins until 5 years after death, to ensure the person's holiness is not hype, but lasting. This waiting period can be waived by the Pope, as it was for Saint Mother Teresa and Saint John Paul II. 2. Servant of God. If the faithful still believe this person lived a life of heroic virtue, a local bishop petitions Rome to open a cause. Rome responds, nihil obstat, nothing stands in the way. The person is now called Servant of God. A diocesan tribunal is formed. Witnesses are called. Writings are examined. Diaries, emails, even grocery lists. Anything that shows the soul behind the saint. If this local investigation is positive, the whole case is sent to Rome, to the Congregation for the Causes of the Saints. 3. Venerable. Now in Rome, a team of theologians, historians, and cardinals studies the positio, a powerful dossier of the person's life. If they vote yes and the Pope agrees, the person is declared venerable. This means we have not yet confirmed they're in heaven, but they lived heroically on earth. Still, that's not enough for beatification. The church wants a sign. 4. The first miracle. A miracle must occur after the person's death and through their intercession alone. Usually, it's a healing the doctors can't explain. The church gathers medical experts and theologians who have no personal stake in the cause. If doctors say, science has no explanation, and theologians say, this came through the prayers of the venerable alone, the miracle is approved. Now the Pope issues a decree of a miracle. 5. Blessed. With this, the Pope may beatify the person. They are now blessed. This means the church believes the soul is in heaven, and public veneration is allowed, but only in certain dioceses, countries, or religious orders. It's like saying, we're almost sure, but not yet for the whole church. Unless, of course, the person was martyred. Then no miracle is needed. Dying for Christ is the ultimate witness. 6. The second miracle. Now, one more sign is needed for canonization. The church seeks a second miracle. Again post-beatification, and again with rigorous scrutiny. If another healing occurs, and passes both scientific and theological tests, the stage is set. 7. Saint. The Pope declares the person a saint. This isn't a promotion. It's a confirmation, guided by the Holy Spirit, infallibly declared. Now, the whole church, from Rome to Rwanda, from Boston to Benin, can call on this soul in the liturgy, teach their life in catechism, and place their image on altars. What about our African forebears? Some ask, what of our ancestors who died before the gospel reached Africa? Are they excluded from sainthood? The church says no. Even before baptismal fonts flowed in our villages, God's grace was not absent. Our forefathers who lived according to conscience and truth, responding to the light they were given, are not forgotten. The Catechism, CCC 847, teaches that those who, through no fault of their own, do not know Christ or the Church, that seek God sincerely and try to do His will, may still be saved. These were the silent saints of Africa, those who waited in hope. Like the souls in the Old Testament, Christ's descent to the dead was for them too. And canonization, it simply confirms what God has already done. Why it matters? Canonization is not celebrity making. It is a sacred declaration. This person is in heaven. Their life is a model of holiness. Their prayers are powerful. They belong to all of us now. They are no longer just John or Maria or Kizito. They are Saint John, Saint Maria Goretti, Saint Kizito, lights on our journey home. Share this with anyone wondering how a human becomes a saint. Let's celebrate the Church's wisdom, her caution, and her trust in the Spirit of God who makes all things holy. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like and share. Crinyon TV, home of Christianity.